Welcome to the deep dive. Get ready, because today we are plunging into, well, a mountain of sources focused entirely on Disneyland Paris.
That's right. All the latest news, the big reveals, and the huge transformations happening right now.
We've got quite a stack here. There's a recent fan news report. Let's see, the May 12, 18, 2025 edition of the Disneyland Paris News and Photo Report from Deal Report.
Yeah, that gives us some really good boots on the ground details, stuff you can actually see today.
And we're pairing that with a big corporate press release. This one's from the Walt Disney Company, dated April 14th, 2025.
And that one lays out the bigger strategic picture, the long-term vision.
So our mission for this deep dive is pretty clear. Sift through all this info, pull out the most crucial bits, the insights.
To basically give you a really clear, well-informed picture of what's new and what's coming next at the resort.
Yeah, everything from like immediate openings right now to those massive multi-year projects.
Okay, so where should we start? Maybe with something guests can experience now, or at least very, very recently.
Good idea. The fan report goes pretty deep into the opening of world premiere.
Yes, the reimagined Studio One building. That's in Walt Disney Studios Park, of course.
And this is a huge change, right? It's totally moved on from that sort of beige working studio soundstage idea.
Definitely. The goal now seems to be making you feel like you've stepped onto, I don't know, a glamorous Hollywood street. Or maybe arrived at some swanky garden party.
Evoking the Hollywood Hills, Sunset Boulevard, that kind of vibe.
And the atmosphere inside, it's meant to be permanently nighttime. Lots of blue light, apparently.
So what's the verdict from the report? Is it revolutionary?
Well, the report's take is that, maybe not revolutionary, no, but it absolutely works. They see it as a definite upgrade.
A glow up, I think they called it.
Exactly, a glow up. And, considering the expected level of intervention and maybe the budget for this specific part.
Right, within the larger park transformation.
The source feels the quality is actually pretty good. And there's a practical side, too. It's just a much better, more polished venue now for, say, private events or VIP things after the park closes.
Makes sense. Okay, what about the details? What stands out?
Well, the Disney Theater marquee, the one on the park side as you go in further, that's a major focal point.
The report liked that.
Yeah. Called it beautiful, and suggested it clearly, ate up a significant chunk to the budget.
Yeah.
But it works. It draws you in.
Okay. And then on the other side, the front lot entrance side.
The original Burbank Studios building facade is still there, but it's more muted now. But they kept some fun stuff.
Easter eggs?
Sort of, like the shadow details on the windows, meant to look like animators' desks. The ideas are all inside at the premiere.
Oh, that's clever.
And some depth effects to make the street scene feel a bit more real.
Nice. And down at street level?
Near the restrooms, the theme gets a bit more like a gritty street scene, posters and all that.
Okay.
And there's a cool nod above that area to a radio studio, KWDI 140.1 FM.
Oh, one of those Imagineering references.
Exactly. The kind fans love spotting. Even the trash bins are newly themed.
They really went for the details then. What about food in that entrance area?
Yeah, they replaced Hepcat Corner, the old snack spot.
The gas station thing.
That's the one. It's now a newsstand cafe. The report said it looked absolutely gorgeous.
Great.
But it wasn't actually open yet when they visited. So, looks great. Hopefully tastes great too.
Okay, so stepping further into world premiere, what do we find?
That's where you hit the new quick service restaurant. Hollywood Gardens.
Right, replacing On Coulisses. And the report mentioned expectations were kind of low for the food, given On Coulisses' reputation.
Yeah, the bar was set pretty low, let's be honest.
Yeah.
On Coulisses was, well, not great.
So high hopes for improvement, at least. What's the setup like?
Very tech-forward. A heavy push for touchscreen kiosks, like dozens of them.
Okay.
Big screens calling out order numbers.
Yeah.
But there are still a few regular tills.
For discounts and things.
Exactly. Discounts,
Yeah.
other issues the kiosks might not handle yet.
And the feel of the place, the ambiance.
Huge improvement, according to the report. It's themed like a big garden party in the Hollywood Hills.
So trees inside.
Yeah, large trees, different kinds of seating, benches. They said it's actually a pleasant place to sit for a bit.
Nice.
And the lighting makes it feel almost like you're outdoors at night, even though you're inside. A world away from the old canteen look.
Okay, but the crucial part, the food. The report team went and braced for the worst, right?
They did. They said they were ready for a truly dire review. But, surprise,
They liked it.
they genuinely enjoyed most of what they tried. which sounds like high praise considering.
Okay, let's manage expectations, though. It's still quick service.
Oh, absolutely. It's
There.
still basically a burger joint. This is Disneyland Paris quick service, not fine dining. You won't be blown away expecting that.
But better than other options.
The source felt it was definitively better than, say, Hyperion over in Disneyland Park.
Which, again, may be a low bar, but progress.
Progress is progress. They found the recipes, for what they are, were surprisingly imaginative in places. Decent ingredients, especially the sauces, seasonings.
Any specific call-outs?
Let's see. The Premier Fish Burger got praise for its curry sauce. The Hollywood Boulevard Vegan Burger apparently didn't look amazing, but tasted great.
Okay.
Those are around €19, €20. The Superstar Chicken Burger was just fine.
And anything to avoid?
The Star Chicken Bites were apparently nothing special. They reckon the ones in the other park are better.
Right. And desserts. Standard theme park fare.
Pretty much. Fake defrosted, fatty, sugary, maybe a bit dry. Not great, but hey, at least they tried with the theming. Made them look cute.
So, the overall take on Hollywood Gardens.
Nice ambiance. They definitely nailed that. Food is unexpectedly decent, a solid improvement, but it's still fundamentally a burger place. Maybe a missed opportunity to offer something different cuisine-wise, but still a definite step up.
Okay, moving on from food, what about shopping? The report mentioned a revamped shop, right?
Yes. Mickey's of Glendale. That used to be Legends of Hollywood.
And the theme changed here, too.
Yeah, from a studio store vibe to more of a fancy department store kind of venue.
Sounds nice, but there was an issue.
Oh, yeah. This is where the source got quite animated. They pointed out a big problem, for them at least.
Which was?
The lack of a proper ceiling. Just the exposed soundstage roof.
Ah.
They felt it completely ruined the illusion of being in a fancy department store. The report used strong words like, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. No, wait, I am mad about it.
Ouch. So that really bothered them.
Clearly. But despite that, they did admit the other finishes are really nice. Good furniture, wood carvings, a fancy gold Mickey statue.
Okay.
And practically, the flow through the shop is better. Register placement is improved. So positives, too.
And this is part of a bigger retail shakeup, isn't it? Especially in Disney Village.
Absolutely. The report briefly mentions recent openings there, like Disney Glamour and Disney Style, for clothes and accessories.
And more coming soon or just opened.
Yeah, the reimagined Lego store and a new place called Deco by Disney for home-wearing exclusives. Both were slated for April 19th.
Oh, and looking further ahead.
The main Disney store in the village is turning into Disney Wonders in fall 2025. That's meant to bring all the major franchises under one roof.
So yeah, a huge retail overhaul happening alongside the park changes.
Definitely.
Okay, let's circle back to World Premiere, the area itself. Once you go through those main Disney theater doors.
You enter World Premiere Plaza. There's a new bit first, a vestibule.
Like a theater lobby.
Exactly. And importantly, it helps block the outside light from flooding in, keeps that nighttime feel.
Anything special about that lobby space?
The report actually calls out the floor specifically, says it's fantastic, even the star of that little area.
Interesting. Praise for a floor.
Shows a level of detail, I guess. Then you exit that lobby into the main plaza.
And that's where you find the partner statue, Walt and Mickey.
Yep, in its new location,
Yeah.
alongside a new franchise mural.
How did the report feel about this placement?
A bit mixed, actually. They agreed the statue itself is beautiful, the mural is beautiful, but they questioned putting them together right there. They wondered if other spots might have worked better.
Like where?
Maybe near Animation Celebration, or somewhere along the new Adventure Way promenade we'll talk about later, somewhere it felt more integrated, perhaps.
Okay, but overall?
Overall, they conceded the execution of the plaza itself is nice. And the main thing is, the beloved partner statue is back out on display for everyone.
Good point. And people want photos with it.
Exactly. Oh, and a quick side note from the report. Josh D'Amaro, the Disney Experiences chairman, was there just days after it opened.
Checking out the changes firsthand.
Seems like it, yeah. Among other things, presumably.
Okay, let's shift to entertainment. Anything new or returning?
Good news for fans of slightly eccentric shows.
Let me guess, Alice.
You got it. Alice and the Queen of Hearts, Back to Wonderland, is back for another season. Runs until August 31st.
And any changes? The report mentioned improvements.
Yes, apparently so. Better sound. They've tweaked the dialogue, maybe less silly or awkward interactions.
Okay.
And more live singing. The source still calls the show super weird, mind you.
Ah.
But feels these updates definitely make it an overall improvement on last year.
And the show returning means the Theater of the Stars area is open again.
Correct. But there's a detail here the report described as rude.
Rude? Why?
Because they've built this huge berm, basically a big landscaped hill with trees.
Okay.
Right where some bleachers used to be. Bleachers that gave guests a sneaky view of the Disney Adventure World construction site.
Ah. So, good for hiding backstage views from the theater, but bad for curious fans wanting construction updates.
Precisely. Great for immersion within the show area, but blocks that popular viewing spot.
Gotcha. Anything else around that area?
The access road behind Tower of Terror has reopened, but it's mostly backstage now, gated off.
Any idea what it might be used for?
The report speculates maybe overflow queuing for the theater, or perhaps for the new park area once the lake opens up. Just speculation, though.
And it being Disney, there's merch for the Alice show, right?
Of course. A whole collection if you want a themed souvenir.
Okay, what about other entertainment? Anything completely new?
Yes, something interesting. A pop-up bar called Lounge Lightspeed.
Presented by
Coca-Cola. It's going to be on top of the Starport building, running from May 31st to mid-September. Not huge, maybe 50 seats.
Okay, a pop-up bar. What's the hook?
This is the key thing the report flagged.
Yeah.
It's apparently the only place you'll be able to spot the BDX droids.
The what now?
BDX droids, some kind of character element, presumably Star Wars related, given the location.
So if you want to see these droids,
You have to go to this specific, presumably paid, venue. The report literally said it puts them behind a paywall.
interesting strategy. Have they built access?
Yeah, temporary stairs are already up,
Yeah.
but no details yet on reservations or pricing or anything like that.
Okay, one to watch. Now, the fan report also gave a quick construction roundup, didn't it?
It did. Just a few quick hits on other ongoing work.
Like in Disneyland Park.
Casey's Corner Terrace extension is finished, though not open yet when they checked. Report thinks it blends okay with Main Street, adds needed covered seats.
Okay.
And walls are down behind Space Mountain, showing what looks like a new maintenance bay or access gate.
And over at the new park construction, Disney Adventure World.
Work continues on those big domed canopies near the lake. The report noted they could look really nice once they're lit up at night.
And back in the village, any construction updates there?
Ben & Jerry's kiosk is back open. Good progress on the sports bar revamp.
Yeah.
And the report couldn't resist joking that the greatest, fastest progress seems to be on the new McDonald's building.
Huh. Okay, so that fan report gives us a great snapshot of the here and now, the recent changes.
Exactly. But now we need to switch gears and look at that corporate press release.
Yeah.
That's where we get the really big picture, the long-term stuff.
Right, this is about the whole transformation of the second park.
Yes, and the press release frames this around the park's 33rd anniversary. And the headline news is massive.
The name change.
The name change. When World of Frozen opens in 2026, Walt Disney Studios Park will officially become Disney Adventure World.
Wow. Okay, that's significant.
And it's positioned as the culmination of that huge €2 billion investment plan they announced way back in 2018.
2 billion euros. And the scale of the change reflects that, right?
Absolutely. The press release makes a point of saying that by the time this whole expansion phase is done,
Which includes Adventure Way, Adventure Bay Lake, World of Frozen, and the Lion King area later on.
right, by then, over 90% of the park's offerings will have been reimagined since it first opened back in 2002.
90%. That's basically a new park.
It's essentially doubling the footprint and completely changing the park's identity. Natasha Rafalski, the Disneyland Paris president, is quoted talking about a fresh, creative vision, making it a can't-miss experience.
Okay, let's break down these future bits from the corporate source. World of Frozen first, that's opening in 2026.
Yep, designed to immerse you fully in Arendelle. It'll be dominated by a 36-meter-high North Mountain.
So, pretty imposing. And the main attraction.
Takes guests on a journey with Anna and Elsa. Standard, modern Disneyland stuff, too. Immersive shops, restaurants, character meet and greets.
Right. Then there's Adventure Way. What exactly is that?
It's described as a key promenade, sort of a central path or crossroads.
Connecting the old and new parts.
Exactly. It links the existing front areas, like Avengers Campus and Worlds of Pixar, to the brand new lands like Frozen and Lion King.
And it's more than just a path.
Yeah, the press release mentions themed gardens along it, inspired by Tangled, Toy Story, designed as places to relax, unwind, daydream.
Sounds nice. And there's a new ride on Adventure Way.
Yes. Opposite the Rapunzel Tangled spin ride, they're adding a completely new family attraction, an Flying Carousel.
Based on the Pixar movie Up?
That's the one. It'll give you a bird's eye view as it spins. And the press release highlights this is the first up-inspired attraction at any Disney park.
Oh, really? That's cool. When does work start?
Construction is scheduled to begin late 2025.
Okay. Looking even further ahead now, The Lion King. A whole immersive world.
Yes, and its big centerpiece attraction. Construction for this land starts fall 2025, based on the movie, which is obviously huge in Europe.
And the ride sounds ambitious.
Hugely ambitious. It's described as a state-of-the-art water experience.
A boat ride.
Sounds like it, yeah. With incredibly detailed audio-animatronics taking you through iconic scenes from the film.
Wow. And it's under Pride Rock.
Yep. Located beneath a massive 37-meter-high Pride Rock structure that's even taller than the Frozen Mountain.
And it has drops.
3 significant slopes, apparently, including one that's a 16-meter-high drop. It's pretty big for a Disney boat ride.
Definitely. Who's designing it?
Michel Den Dulk from Imagineering is quoted. He emphasizes the detailed environment, the special effects, the soundtrack, lots of animatronics.
Sounds like a major e-ticket.
He calls it one of the biggest and most ambitious attractions at Disneyland Paris, paying vibrant homage to the film, creating unforgettable memories, high expectations there.
And all this new stuff is built around the lake, Adventureway.
That's the central feature, yes. And the lake itself will host a brand new nighttime spectacular.
Using what kind of tech?
Water screens, fountains, special effects, and drone choreography. Sounds impressive.
Where will you watch it from?
The banks around the lake, and also from a new restaurant and lounge called Regal View.
Ah, okay. And they're already testing this show.
Press release says testing has begun, yes.
And that Regal View restaurant and lounge, where is that?
It's on Adventure Way overlooking the lake.
Yeah.
It sounds like it'll be a key spot, not just for show viewing, but also for Disney princess meet and greets.
Okay, wow. That covers a huge amount in the park itself. But the transformation extends beyond the park gates, right?
Absolutely. Building on the big refurbs we already saw at Hotel New York, the Art of Marvel, and more recently, the Disneyland Hotel.
So which hotel is next?
Disney Sequoia Lodge, starting in 2026.
Is it a full refurb?
Sounds like it. A major one, covering all 1010 rooms and the public spaces. They're aiming for a fresher, brighter, more modern look.
Still keeping the nature theme?
Oh yeah, but evolving it. Still inspired by nature and Walt Disney's animators, but broadening the theme from mainly Bambi, to celebrate lots of different forest animals from classic and recent films.
Subtle character integration, then.
Seems like it. And they're making a point about respecting nature and using sustainable materials.
Will it close?
No, the hotel stays open. They'll do the work in phases.
Okay. Any other hotel news?
Yes, Disney Davy Crockett Ranch. The bungalows there are getting a comprehensive upgrade.
How many?
All 584 of them, making them more modern, more comfortable.
New theme there, too.
If inspired by the adventures of Donald Duck, Daisy Duck, and Huey, Dewey, and Louie as the Junior Woodchucks.
Fun. When can people stay in the new ones?
The first batch actually became bookable back on June 12th for stays starting after this summer, so late 2025 onwards.
Good to know. And back to Disney Village. Any more dining updates from the corporate source?
Just a quick recap, really. Mentioned Brasserie Rosalie's new terrace and the little snack place, Petite Rosalie.
Okay.
Confirmed the sports bar and lounge is reopening this fall with a new design, more seats, new menu.
Right.
And looking further out, that state-of-the-art McDonald's in 2026 with unique architecture and also a big 3-story Italian place called Casa Giulia, run by Bertrand Hospitality.
Wow. Okay, so just trying to wrap my head around all this.
It's a lot.
Yeah. From world premiere opening right now, the building, the restaurant, the shops, the plaza, to shows returning with updates, little construction projects ticking along.
Right.
And then this massive multi-year plan, the park renaming to Disney Adventure World, whole new lands like Frozen and Lion King.
With huge new rides, that water ride, the first up carousel.
Plus the nighttime spectacular on the lake, the big hotel refurbs for Sequoia Lodge and Davy Crockett Ranch.
And the complete overhaul of Disney Village dining and retail continues.
This transformative doesn't quite cover it, does it?
It really is. We've gone from, like, opinions on quick service burgers in one building to a multi-billion euro plan reshaping the whole destination for years, decades maybe.
And actually, one last little nugget from the fan report that felt important, especially for regulars.
Yeah. What was that?
The discount situation. Apparently, after months of obvious cash grab, as they put it,
Okay.
Disneyland Pass discounts are finally being accepted on most things at Mission Equipment in Avengers Campus and the Royal Collection Boutique in the Disneyland Hotel.
That's good news for pass holders. A small thing maybe, but an annoying one if it wasn't working.
Exactly. So hopefully this deep dive has painted a really comprehensive picture for you. The sheer volume, the breadth of changes at Disneyland Paris, it's kind of staggering.
Yeah, from stuff you can literally see and experience today to these huge, ambitious plans stretching years into the future. You should feel pretty well informed now about the resort's present and its next chapter.
Definitely. And maybe it leaves you with a thought to chew on. When you look at all these updates, the incredible detail in the themes, the way characters are integrated everywhere, the sheer scale of investment, not just in rides, but across the parks, the hotels, the dining, the shopping, this whole integrated resort transformation.
What does it tell us about the future of immersive leisure experiences generally?
Exactly. And how destinations like Disneyland Paris are competing for your time, your attention, and, let's face it, your vacation budget in what's a really crowded global market these days.
Definitely something to think about.